Hey there, Jan Copeland, real estate coach, specifically and exclusively for women real estate agents. And today I am continuing in my series of introducing to you the amazing ladies that I choose to do business with under eXp. So eXp obviously is the fastest growing brokerage now as I tape this in August of 2020. And ever, okay? So right now we have about 31,000 agents. And when I joined the company, July of last year, there were 15,000. So it's pretty exciting being with the top brokerage. And I just want to share with you, as I've been doing, the agents who are with me at eXp, meaning that I introduced them to eXp and now they decided to leave their brokerage and come over to eXp. So today I am with my friend, awesome lady, Brenda Miertschin, and she is in the Phoenix Metro, Arizona region. So hi, Brenda.
Hi, how are you?
Great, great. How are you doing?
Awesome, thank you.
Excellent.
It's a beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day. As we tape this, it is beginning of August, very sunny here, and it looks like, well, actually, that might be a background that you have there. Very, very pretty. I love that. I love that kitchen. All right, so Brenda, you are in Metro or Phoenix Metro, and you have been an agent since '09, and I love your story. So I'm going to try to just kind of break it down for the folks listening. So prior to being a realtor in '09, so that means you've been a licensed realtor for 12 years. Mm-hmm. You were, since 1995, in the mortgage side of the business, the lending side of the business. And as I guess the last, what do you call that job that you held there was Senior VP of World Savings and Loan. And so I just wanted you, and I think that company served 42 states. And so that's a big deal to be a senior VP there. I just want you to share with us what your thought process was back then with getting into switching from being a mortgage lender to being in the role of a real estate agent / broker.
Well, how I made the decision was our company was sold to another company. They gave me an opportunity to manage a foreclosure department. That didn't seem very exciting to me, so I wanted to do something different. And when I took a look around, because of the timing, it was 2008 and the market had fallen through, I read in the newspaper that agents were just leaving the market left and right. And so I had a conversation with my husband and said, what a great opportunity. If everybody's getting out, it's a great opportunity to get in. So went and got my real estate license and have never looked back. It's been a great trip. Yeah.
See, Brenda, this is why I approached you about eXp, because I only want to be in business with people who, get it. People who create their own opportunity, which is what we have to do as entrepreneurs. So I love that you identified that people were leaving. Okay, this is opportunity. Because I got in '07, '06, the end of '06, beginning of '07. And yeah, the bottom fell out shortly thereafter. Okay, so you had shared with me that your business was originally in Texas. And then because of your parents, I don't know if it was their request or, they were getting older, that you decided to move to Arizona. Can you talk to us about what it was like to move to a state where I think you knew like 10 people?
Yeah, hard. I think every state is different, but then when you're new to somewhere, it's not different, right? Yeah. And in a market that had suffered so much here, a lot of people were underwater. Their trust was a big deal. So I like to say my business model is by referral only. Of course, the only way you become by referral only is to get out and meet people, right? Yeah. You have to know people to get referred. So my method was to do open houses. If I didn't have my own listings, I did open houses with for agents in my office, and I got out and I met the neighbors. And so I I'm blessed in the fact that I like to talk to people. I'm better one-on-one than I am on the phone generally. And so I can connect with people in open houses and get business that way and door knock the neighbors and get listings that way. And that's how I built my business here.
That's incredible. And I want to back up and just share with the ladies watching that in Brenda's first year, she closed 9 transactions, second year, 33, third year, 52. So you can see that, you know, a lot of people say, let me just double it. She, like, her business blew up because of her dedication, which is another reason why I could just see that, Brenda, when I just met you on Facebook, probably in one of my groups. I'm not really sure. I don't really remember how we met, but we just kind of clicked, right? I mean, it was
That's
just
right.
like, I liked what I saw in you and everything. So chat with us if you can, because I know that Arizona has like 80-some thousand realtors. And so many ladies watching this might be like, well, it's not like my market. My market has tens of thousands and everybody and their brother and sister are realtors. What was your perspective on that, knowing that there was a lot of competition, or there is now?
Going into it, I was not aware. I knew that our market was larger here than it was in San Antonio. I did not realize how many realtors there were here. And yes, it feels like even today, everybody knows a realtor, right? A friend, a family member, cousin, whatever. And teams are huge here, not just small teams, but big teams. So you have to learn how to compete with them. I'm an individual agent. I have a transaction coordinator and a showing agent. So it's just the two of us, basically. And again, I go back to relationships. It's about relationships and trust. And so I can't be afraid of everybody that's around me. I have to do my thing and own it and just be confident that I'm gonna get business.
Love it, love it. And that's the thing, it's perspective.
Yeah.
Because in any market, I don't even care if it's like a farm market. One of the ladies who came to eXp with me is in the Harrisburg, Pennsylvania market, and she's making 6 figures and she gets it done. Even though in that close-knit market, even though it's smaller in number, it's a little hard there too, because farmers know each other. And, you know, so you either have a smaller market that's more cliquish, or you have a huge market where you have to, you know, perception is, oh my gosh, why would somebody want me when they have this team of, you know, 40 people and they have 500 reviews on Zillow, and how can I compete with that? But Brenda, you're right, is that when you focus on what you can bring, yeah, there's a way to fight against the small team, the medium team, the big team. I love that. So let's talk about your transition. So when you and I talked, we talked about, you know, I wanted to know what your business was like with your current broker, and in the end, you decided to come to eXp. So can you just share with the ladies watching, you know, briefly, I mean, I know it was a lot because you're very smart and you had to do your research before coming over. So can you just like chat with us, just the highlights of what solidified your move to eXp?
It's simple, honestly. I mean, while it was not a simple decision, because change is hard. And when you think of everything that you have to do in the background, it's like, oh, you know, get all that new marketing, etc. Right?
Yep.
But when you look at the opportunities, and depending on, you know, it's a personal decision. When you look at the opportunities that eXp affords a agent, whether you're at 100% commission agency or where you share, eXp offers opportunities so much more than what any other agency can offer. And you have to accept that and be willing to listen to it. And that's hard for real estate agents to do, myself included.
Yeah, because who wants to slow down? Look,
Yes.
I don't have enough minutes in the day now as it is, and now you're asking me to, you know, learn about some new brokerage, and aren't brokerages all the same?
Yes.
And so,
No.
yeah.
There's 8 ways to generate revenue doing the same thing. It's all within the core of real estate. So why wouldn't you want more opportunities?
Exactly, exactly. And I know that, you know, you and I are about the same age. And so when you are you know, in the middle of your life, you're like, okay, I really want to prioritize things. I want to make sure that I have something to leave as a legacy and that I can really maximize my time. And so, you know, with the stock purchase and the stock gifts that we get, as a result of our first closing every calendar or every anniversary year and things like that. To your point, there are a lot of different ways that you can make money in eXp. So I guess the last thing that I'm going to ask you is with respect to the transition with, you know, like you had to learn a new broker and, you know, we have our own systems because people say eXp doesn't have an office. And no, we don't have brick and mortar, but we do have an office. It's online. And so you had to get used to that. Chat with us about, you know, the transition. Of course, it's not easy, but, you know, just I want the ladies to hear what it was like in your transition from your former brokerage to eXp and getting used to things.
I actually thought it was simple because I think there was 3 days of emails that said, here's your checklist for today, right? To get these things done. And it wasn't just about things to do within eXp, it was background stuff too, like all your social media changes. And so they created a checklist for me, which made that the transition, while it's time consuming, right? It made it very simple. Yeah.
Awesome.
Really
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, as you know, what I'm calling my team unstoppable, if you join eXp with me, or you, okay? So if somebody were to, you know, see this and say, hey, Brenda, I'm intrigued, let's chat. And they come to eXp, they'd be under you, but inevitably they roll up to me. And so I offer 2 things for women who join the eXp group Team Unstoppable. One is we have, you know, training and access to allow you to attract people to eXp for which you get paid. And it's quite lucrative, an opportunity. But there are some who came over and say, hey, Jan, never talk to me about that because that's not who I am. I don't want to have anything to do with that. I'm going to continue buying and selling real estate. Great, right? So the opportunity is there if you want it. If you don't, we'll never talk about it together. And then the other opportunity is access into my program, which is a 12-month program called Unstoppable Income and Impact. And you get that for free, which, you know, which is worth thousands of dollars, okay, like $5,000. And so I just want to make sure that everyone is aware of that. And so I want to share that if you are interested in learning about that, either of these 2 things, there's 2 websites, okay? So one is Jan Copeland EXP, jancopelandexp.com. And then the other one is coachjancopeland.com/unstoppable income. And so what I'm going to do is wherever I post this video, Brenda, I'm going to be having that in the remarks. But I wanted to make sure that before we go, we touched on that. So any last words that you want to share with these women who could be watching this? These could be my friends, your friends, who knows where this will end up, but anything, last words about your decision to join eXp?
So I've been with eXp for 5 weeks now. The transition has been wonderful. The training, both with Jan and within eXp, is phenomenal. And I would just challenge you that with somebody talks to you about, you know, knocks on your door and wants to introduce eXp, to listen. Just listen to the opportunity. I'm a firm believer when anybody calls me for anything, I never close a door. I always keep the door open and listen because you just don't know what opportunities might come in the future.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, because as one wise man says, well, don't you want to know, as being a strategic business owner, an entrepreneur, as a real estate agent, don't you want to know at least what you would say no to?
Correct.
If in fact you say no. So I love that you keep the door open. Well, Brenda Miertschin, thank you so much for sharing your heart with us. And I'm so glad that you're with me in Team Unstoppable at eXp. And we'll talk soon. Thanks, Brenda.
All right. Thank you. You have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.